And of course, we start with the redistricting battle once again tonight. 2 months from this exact day, Californians will have the chance to weigh in on Governor Newsom's redistricting plan. Proposition 50 will be on the November 4th special election ballot. And it's really asking voters to approve a constitutional amendment to allow new congressional maps to be drawn, temporarily bypassing the independent redistricting committee. Now, the goal is to pick up 5 more Democratic seats in Congress in response to a Republican redistricting push in Texas. Now, the proposal is sparking debate within communities that would be impacted. I want to bring in ABC 10's Becca Hotbecker because she was out in Lodi today, where communities could be seeing some big changes, right, Becca?
Yeah, Alex, if California voters approve the redrawn maps to go into effect for the 2026 midterm elections, some parts of the state will see little to no change in their congressional representation. But we noticed in the proposed maps that's not the case for the city of Lodi.
Welcome to Lodi, an agricultural town in San Joaquin County with a population of about 70,000 people, who all currently live within Congressional District 9, represented by Democrat Josh Harder.
But if California voters approve the redrawn maps, Lodi will be split between 3 different congressional districts. Here at the intersection of West Kettleman Lane and Church Street, neighbors will span Districts 7, 8, and 9, all currently represented by a Democrat. And the maps are drawn such that a Democrat is expected to continue representing each of these 3 districts.
District 7 would include Elk Grove, part of Sacramento and Placerville. District 8 would include much of the Delta, plus Vacaville, Fairfield, Vallejo, and Richmond. And District 9 would include part of Stockton, Tracy, and Modesto.
Honestly, it doesn't make sense to me.
Stephanie Kiley is a Lodi native.
I've lived on different sides of Lodi growing up.
She now lives along the dividing line that would put her family in Congressional District 8.
Just from a jurisdiction point of view, that doesn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you keep the community together so we can do what's best for said community instead of, well, here's your line and here's my line, because really it just feels shady.
She says she wants more information, candid, honest information, before voting in November's special election.
Give us a compelling argument for both sides, and then we can make an informed decision. Like, I'm an RN, and part of my job is in making sure that my patients have all the information, the pros and the cons, before they make a decision for their body. I want to be able to make an informed decision.
We spoke with several other voters in this neighborhood who said they didn't want to go on camera, but they are aware of the potential split in Lodi, and at this point they want more information before making up their minds.
What I am seeking tonight is a formal resolution that the city is against this redistricting.
On Wednesday, a simple majority of Lodi City Council members voted to approve a resolution opposing redistricting. A strong message, though a symbolic one, as it's ultimately up to voters statewide on November 4th.
Congressman Harder has represented all of Lodi, allowing our elected officials, our business leaders, our community groups to work in a unified partnership with him and his staff, establishing a strong and informed working relationship with one congressional member is already a challenge for part-time council members. Doing so with 3 is nearly impossible.
On Tuesday, current Representative Josh Harder said in a statement, "I absolutely believe Lodi should be kept whole. As our state considers a response to Texas, my bottom line is that any change to our maps should ultimately be decided by the voters so that they can make their voices heard loud and clear." Now, the San Joaquin Board of Supervisors also voted on whether to formally oppose the redistricting plan. That was at the County Supervisors meeting last week. Unlike the Lodi City Council, a simple majority of supervisors decided not to formally oppose it, saying that decision should be left up to the voters. Alex?
All right, Becca, thank you for that. And with exactly 2 months until the special election, Congressman Kevin Kiley is urging the Speaker of the House to bring his bill to the floor for a vote. H.R. 4889 would prevent states from mid-decade redistricting. Kiley introduced this bill last month when Governor Gavin Newsom started hinting at a possible special election. Now that the election is happening with proposed maps going out to voters, Kiley says it's important his bill passes to stop this type of behavior from happening nationwide.
They're trying to blow my district into 6 different pieces. That's not the way this is supposed to work. It's really bad for representation, and I believe that's a widely shared view across both the Democrat and Republican conference.
Governor Newsom has repeatedly said the way California is going about redrawing these congressional maps is transparent because the voters get the final say. Republican gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton filed a federal lawsuit today challenging California's redistricting plan, which he calls unconstitutional. Now, the lawsuit claims it violates the principle of one person, one vote and shreds the guarantee of equal protection under the law. Now, Hilton goes on to say the Constitution does not say one person, one vote. Sometimes it does not say one person, one vote only for the majority party. It says one person, one vote for everyone. Hilton emphasized that the lawsuit is about fairness, not partisanship. But Missouri is the latest state to try its hand at redistricting. Democrats are doing what they can to stop it, of course, but Republicans hold supermajorities in the state legislature. Now, protesters showed up at the steps of the state capitol in Jefferson City today, expressing their dismay at the call to redraw Missouri's congressional map. But inside, lawmakers got to work filing a new map that splits up Kansas City, leading to one more likely Republican seat in Washington, D.C. Newly appointed redistricting committee chair Richard West says this is about more accurately representing Missouri values in the federal government.
We do listen, and we create and we work on things up here with what our people are telling us.
But their Democratic colleagues vowed to make the process very hard for Republicans, attempting to stop the House from meeting without all members present.
We did not have a quorum here today, and they were conducting business in the People's House without a quorum, which is unconstitutional.
If all goes according to plan, the new map could be passed in about 2 weeks. Candidates for California governor are trying to get attention for what's been a slow start in the race to replace termed-out Gavin Newsom. You'll likely see a new ad from candidate Antonio Villaraigosa, who's also the former mayor of Los Angeles. Reporter Monica Madden caught up with him just today.
I don't run from tough problems, I solve them.
In his first primetime television ad, Democratic candidate for governor Antonio Villaraigosa aims to claim the affordability lane.
California's too expensive. As governor, I'm going to do something about it.
The former assembly speaker and LA mayor firing shots at two of his challengers over their stances on single-payer health care insurance.
And veto any billion-dollar tax hike on working families, like the one Bill signed.
You took a swipe, a seeming swipe at two of your competitors, Katie Porter and Javier Becerra, in your ad, but you did not name them directly. Do you want to talk more about what was left unsaid?
Well, I think it was pretty clear. I'm not for a billion-dollar tax hike.
A consultant for Javier Becerra's campaign telling ABC 7 News, quote, "It's not surprising to see a candidate who is falling behind take a swing at the candidate surging ahead." Katie Porter's campaign pointed to her remarks on this topic at a Politico Policy Summit last week.
I don't think it's realistic in the next couple years for the state to push forward on that.
Villaraigosa isn't the first contender to hit the airwaves.
I'm the businessman, Donnie, you pretend to be. I build and repair brands, you wreck them.
For weeks, entrepreneur Stephen Cloobeck running ads targeting President Donald Trump.
Trump is for they, them. Stephen Cloobeck is for you.
This may be the most wide open governor's race that we've seen in California in half a century.
Political experts like Dan Schnur say in this crowded field, candidates have to stand out.
They recognize they're not nearly as well known as they would like to be. And so by investing in TV ads much sooner than candidates normally would, they're hoping to jumpstart that process.
Noting the early ads are intentional in a race with a lot of distractions.
You got to get attention. You've got to get support for your own campaign. And right now, the proposition is a major obstacle for all of the candidates, particularly given that they lack the name ID.